Hey guys, it's Josh with Fancy Trades, and today is May 14th. It's Thursday. It's pretty late. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I really wanted to make this recap because I thought these were pretty interesting trades, and I haven't done one in a few days. But I ended that day up 2,000. Could have been a lot more, but I tried to do a swing trade, and I didn't take my profits, and I just let it ride back down, and I just lost everything I could have made. But I'll tell you the reasoning why, because I'll get into it in a minute. But yeah, so today I traded DAL, UGAZ, and GNUS. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so let's get right into Delta DAL. I had this trade planned out from Wednesday night. I already kind of knew what I was going to do because on Wednesday I had that huge gap down. Like, it broke that support that I've been watching. It's been bouncing there for a while now. And yesterday when it finally really broke it and just went straight down, I knew I was going to have some opportunity to get some more of it. So on Wednesday it was consolidating pretty nicely going to the close. And I actually thought it was going to go gap up or gap down. But luckily at 4 in the morning my time, Pacific time, it was still around that price range of the consolidation. And I got in right at like the point of the consolidation. I had a stop loss right above, like, I don't know, 1970 something, where the consolidation would have broke upwards. And I shorted this, and it was at 4 in the morning, super early for me, and I was just super confident this was going down. I finally broke that support. It's making new lows. It's going down pretty fat. So I shorted it, went right back to bed. I don't recommend you guys doing that. You guys can watch it, whatever. But went to bed, woke up 2 hours later around 6, and I covered my position. I got in at 1926 and covered at 1858, and so that was my thought process of like why I was going to enter. I had a game plan. I had it all set up for the day prior, and I've been watching this for a while, so I was ready for it. I even got some of the move yesterday, not all of it, because I didn't expect it to go that crazy. And actually, I didn't expect it to do what it did today. It bounced up even higher than where it opened at and stayed up there, which is crazy to me. But I re-entered again after I sold that. I got a little bit of FOMO going in after the spike up. I thought I was going to dump again at open, and it did. I got in again at 1890 and 1870, so I averaged at 1880. And I've been having problems with holding. So, and it's kind of counterintuitive because I held way too long in UGAZ, and I wanted to try a swing trade on it. I'll explain in a minute. But I got it on average at 1880 and sold at or covered 1863. So I barely got this first little dip, and I covered. I thought it might bounce or something, but it didn't. It consolidated a little bit, hit that EMA, and straight back down all the way to the low at 1751. So I got 10 cents or 13 cents average, and so I gotta practice on holding longer. I've definitely been having a problem with that. But I was in pretty big, so I made about 1,400 or so on Delta on DAL, and I already knew the game plan of what I was going to do. I made watch list, and I knew exactly what I was going to do the whole day before. I set the alarm at 4, got into it, had that stop loss. So that was my thoughts on DAL and the reasoning why behind I was going to make that trade. So let's get into GNUS. This was actually the last trade of the day. Here, if it will load. This is just a day trade that I do. A pretty basic strategy amount of shorting. So I was having some trouble up here in the $1.86 mark, and I saw it had a huge dip, spiked back up, and didn't make a new high. It actually made a lower high. And it dipped pretty good, and it was making like a new trend. See, because it was going up on this EMA, and it finally dipped below it and made a new low below the lower low. So I averaged in. I got in once at 170 and again at 173, and it actually spiked up a little bit, but again it was still making a lower high. So I stayed into it and consolidated and I let it dip down again. Wasn't enough. I let it consolidate a little longer, and then it made the actual big red bar I was waiting for. And I covered it at 163, made a good 10 cents per share. So that was just my end trend for the day. I could have called it a day. I was about to, but I was trying to call it a day because I've been over trading lately. But I only did 2-day trades because UGAZ didn't go as planned. So this worked out pretty well. This is just a basic one of my short selling strategies. I just wait for a double top or a lower high up on a big runner, and so I can have really good risk management. The reason why I have good risk management is because sometimes when the double tops, let's say it has a big run up like this. This thing ran up too far, it comes down and it bounces and it comes up and makes a double top, right? If I enter on one of these red candles and I know it's not going to pass it, I can have a really good risk management. Let's say I enter at 185 here on this red candle, and I have a stop loss at 188. A 3 cent loss compared to if I let it ride down for the next 20 minutes or so, even 15-20 minutes, and I cover at 170. Could be a 3 cent loss to a whole 12 cent gain. So that's like a 1 to 4 risk management. That's pretty good. So that's one of my strategies of doing shorting. I saw this come up, made a lower low. It was making a trend change, and I got into it. And so yeah, that's what I did on GNUS. I think it was Will asked me. He wanted a reason why I got into GNUS. And then the one I messed up on today was UGAZ. I had a plan. I tried sticking with the plan because I usually have a plan on DGAZ when it starts making the first green day, like my first green day pattern that I do here. I'll show you. See where these bubbles, I made bubbles for you guys to see. When it starts having that first big green day, it usually goes up for 2 to 3 days, and that was my plan on doing. I was gonna hold it for 2 to 3 days on my swing trade, and I saw it go up pretty good in the morning. It was up like 3%. I think I got in, it was like only up 1%. And I thought it was, today is the day. Today's just gonna have the big green day, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it instead of stop loss before, where a little under where I bought it at. And if I get filled, I get filled. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna try to hold for 2 days. And so that's what I did. It went up to like 1750, 1760 something, and I didn't sell. I was up quite a bit. I was checking it still, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hold this because I don't know how many times I bought in DGAZ on this first green day, and I would sell it for like 5%, 6%, and it ends up going like up 50 or 60. And I was like, man, I missed out big. I just could have held another day or two, made a big gain. So that was the plan, and it obviously didn't go my way, but I stuck with the plan, and I had a nice stop loss. So I only lost like $100, but I was planning on making it to around 50%. So I don't really regret it, because I regret selling too early on DGAZ too many times. But that's what happened on UGAZ. I lost $100 on it because it didn't go as planned, which is okay. No trade is always 100% perfect. It's this 1 day pattern that I do on UGAZ and DGAZ quite often. Just didn't work out, and I'll still be watching UGAZ. I'm still waiting for the bounce on it. But that's pretty much what happened today. Nothing too interesting, but there's a lot of holding. DEL wasn't enough holding. UGAZ I held most of the day, and then I sold towards the end of the day because it came all the way back down. And then GNUS was just one of my short selling strategies at the top. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else to explain on the reason why I did all these trades today. But if you have any questions at all, just DM me on Twitter. It's FancyJGG, or leave a comment below. I'm very active on Twitter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, like the recap, you want to see more, leave a like below, hit subscribe, and yeah, I hope you guys have a green day tomorrow. It's still crazy right now with the volatility in the market. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.